Alright, just had to share this idea with you guys. This is my ghetto fabulous sandbox. And where this came from was I had these two old barrels. There's the remains of them. If you go back and watch my aquaponics videos, they were part of the barrel filter system, and when my heater melted down the first time, it actually melted the holes in the side of the barrel. You can see where it melted it there, and then it melted this one here, and it melted them out just enough that the uniseals wouldn't hold anymore. So I couldn't reuse the barrels. I'd since built a different filtration system, and then I had these barrels just sitting around, you know, telling myself I'd find a use, telling myself I'd do something with them, and of course, I'm not going to. I'm not. And so I started to cut them down into little pieces so I could throw them out in the trash. And my daughter started throwing a fit. She said, "No, Daddy, don't cut them down. Don't ruin them. Don't cut them." And so I thought, okay, how can I find some use for these things? So I went and asked my wife, and she says, "Well, you know, the kids want a sandbox. Can you make them some sort of sandbox?" Well, it just so happened that one of them was able to cut off, and I was able to save about 10 inches of it, which this is not a huge sandbox. It's 20 inches in diameter, but it's enough that the kids can play in it. They can shove their hands in it, put some little toys in there. You know, they can't sit in it and get real messy, but I actually like it because of that. But what I found along the way was I even got a self-made lid. So this will be the sandbox portion here, which is the bigger bottom, and this was towards the top end of the other barrel, and was also right where I had to cut by a hole. So this was the most, right here was one of the holes. This was the most I was able to save out of it, was this ledge. But the barrel actually has a taper in its profile, so you see it's wider here and then it tapers in a little bit, and then it flares back out on the shape of the barrel. So I can't show you on the other one because I've cut the ring off both of them, but well, here's an example of this one. You can see kind of see how that taper is. So I cut right along the valley of that taper, and that actually makes it so that it fits right inside of itself. Okay, not quite that crooked, but it fits right inside of itself. So there's a lid on the sandbox. And it's not 100% sealed, but it's enough to keep a cat from crapping in it. Anyway, I was just wrapping up, just saying, you know what? Two old junk barrels couldn't use for anything else. Make some lemonade out of the lemons. So now, just to find me some sand, which of course I can go dig, you know, a bucket full out of my pond, which would be enough to just bury this thing and lose it. But I feel like a darn fool to go and buy sand when I know I can go dig it out of my pond for free, you know. Plus, be a proud dad to dig up my own sand, you know, out of the pond. So anyway, just an idea I thought I'd share with you guys to, you know, try to make some use out of something like this. I was going to throw it away anyway, so if in the end I throw it away because I don't like it, oh well, it didn't cost me anything. So that's it for this one. And it seems the remaining scraps make a real fine tunnel. So might have to do something here to try to fasten them just so they don't fall apart in the middle, but you know what? The kids are thrilled. They love it. My daughter's in there, that's why they're moving around. Of course, my son is determined to go up the slide and he won't go down the slide. But hey, you know what? I'm not even going to throw them away. They're going to stay, and at least until my kids decide they've had enough, and until my wife decides that they're just unbearably ugly to look at. But for now, the kids love it, and that's all I care about.